Hey, this is Russ McClellan. Thanks for tuning into Small Towns Unscripted. One more episode. Today we got a great one. Ryan Sargent's like a son to me. His dad, Bill Sargent, was probably one of my best friends, one of those guys that's there for you no matter what. And so this is the first time we've actually had this idea. There's been so many amazing people that are no longer with us. Bill passed away almost 2 years ago, kind of suddenly, and I know it was a shock to me, and Bill touched so many people. So what I thought I'd do is we'll start with Ryan, talk a little bit about Ryan and what's going on in his life, and then talk about his dad. And if this works, this idea that we can actually remember people by interviewing friends, family of people that have passed away, I think that'll give us a real good look while we still got everybody here that knew them so well. I think that'll be an interesting twist to our podcast as maybe we do more of those. So I hope you enjoy it. Hope you like the location. We're at Chelan Ridge Winery, and so thanks to them for allowing us to do the podcast. Hope you enjoy it. Ryan Sargent, welcome to Small Towns Unscripted.
Thanks for having me.
How you doing, buddy?
Good.
This is Nicole Turner. I'm Russ McClellan. Glad I got you on the podium.
Yeah.
So here's what, you've seen a couple of our podcasts.
Yes, sir.
What do you think?
Fun. Yeah.
Yeah, good times.
No, it's always good.
You were telling me off camera you had some guys you knew, but then you learned something else about them. So that's kind of fun when you get to do that.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, we always talk a little bit about why we do it. Mainly it's to help unite the community.
Mm-hmm.
You've been here a long time.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of new people moving in. So we're trying to help people get to know each other instead of each other. Yeah. And hopefully when you get to know each other, you realize that there's more in common with each other than you might think. And when that happens, there's maybe, hopefully, a little less judgment, a little more empathy, compassion, sympathy.
Yeah.
And the other reason is you're about to get married.
Yeah.
In July, right?
Yeah, July.
Yeah. So congratulations.
Thank you.
You must be a good salesman.
Yeah, pretty good.
I'm just kidding. No, I've known you a long time, my friend.
Yes, sir.
And your dad, Bill, was one of my best friends.
Yeah.
Best friend to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about him, and I want to talk about you, and all the cool stuff's going on in your life.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
Fun and more fun.
More fun.
So let's go back. I want to hear from your perspective because, I have known you a long time.
Mm-hmm.
What do you remember about growing up in Chelan and all the experiences that I kind of want to talk about you, and then I want to kind of get into your dad and kind of highlight your dad, kind of give him a little tribute because he was such a cool dude. So,
yeah.
But first I want to kind of talk about Ryan.
Yeah, cool.
So for people that don't know, where did Ryan come from? What's the story?
Well, I was originally from Bothell. We moved here when I was 4, born in Bellevue. And then my dad was a teacher, football coach, and so he was always kind of the assistant coach before I was born. And then, they kind of realized, there was 3 of us. My mom was a stay-at-home mom with me and my brother. And so it kind of turned into, okay, this is going to be kind of tough to live in Seattle with one income. So my dad kind of scoured the area and found a teaching job that also had a head football coaching job in Manson. So then they came over, looked at the lake, and before they even got down by Pat and Mike's, they said, yeah, we'll live here. This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Of course, they came over in the summer. It's a little easier.
What year was your dad the football coach in Manson, do you remember?
95 to, I believe, 99 or 2000, I think was his last year.
So you got you and Willie and
my
and
sister
Bria.
Bria. Yeah.
So tell me about, growing up in Chelan and what you found, like, cool about it, not cool about it,
Yeah, it was fun. Like, when we first moved here, we lived in Manson, and then we moved out to Rondo. So we didn't really get, like, the Chelan experience living out there until, you came to school or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then, early 2000s, we moved down over by the baseball field. Then it was like, okay, we're in Chelan. And I could walk to Don Moore's or walk to downtown and stuff, and that was fun. But
that was after Rondo then.
Yeah, that was after Rondo.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And that was my project that suckered your dad into buying.
Yeah, that was fun. No, that was awesome. I mean, dad and my uncle and one of his buddies, they my mom designed the house and my dad and them built it. I mean,
I remember when he bought the lot, I was like, "You're coaching in Manson?" I was still from the old guard where it was like, if you're a football coach or a teacher, the coaching especially, and you were living in Chelan, but you were coaching in Manson back in the 80s, that would have been a little weird. So I kind of like, you sure?
You want to do this?
Want to buy a lot from me? Yeah, that was my first project.
You want all your kids to still go to Manson and drive from Rondo? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it worked out.
No, it was awesome.
So when you went through the school system, if you had to tell somebody, if somebody said, "Hey, I'm moving to Chelan now," although it's a different time, a lot of changes, how would you describe it?
I mean, it's still a small town, even though, obviously people are moving in from different areas, different states even, but it's still small town community. I mean, everybody really gets involved. I mean, you still see it with sports and everything like that. And it's a fun environment. I mean,
it's hard to beat.
It's kind of hard to beat. Yeah, it's tough. Weather's nice.
Got a big bathtub out back?
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
Yeah. There's a bathtub right behind us.
Yeah, 55 miles long. It's not bad.
Yeah, this is a cool place. Chelan Ridge Winery is pretty cool up here.
Yeah, very cool.
So tell me what happened with you after high school. And what year did you graduate?
2010. I moved down. My mom lived in Phoenix, just outside of Phoenix, and so coming from here, it was kind of like, all right, I need to see the world, do something different. So got the opportunity to go down there, did a little bit of college, but more just kind of figuring life out, what I wanted to be and what I wanted to do. So lived there for 5 years, and then moved over to Seattle, did that for a few years, and then kind of just realized I like being in small town USA, so decided to move back, and yeah.
What'd you do for work all these years?
When I lived in Arizona, I worked at call centers.
Nice.
I did Verizon collections.
That was what you did. You did.
Yeah.
It's good training for sales.
Oh man, it's tough. You hear a lot of "No, I'm not paying you." It's like, okay, you don't want your phone back on, then go ahead. That's okay.
That's okay.
But yeah, and then when I moved to Seattle, I worked for FedEx Office, the Kinkos. Did that for 6-7 years. Was about to take over my own store, and then I just kind of realized I just wanted to be in Chelan. So be closer to my father and stuff like that.
Did you end up finishing college?
No, I just did a
Small
year, and then I kind of just realized school was not my thing.
Yeah.
I just wanted to go make money. I would skip class to go do side jobs for people, and I was like, yeah, okay.
Nice theory.
I like money more, so I'm just gonna go make money.
Facts.
Now you work for the county.
Yeah, I started in November, so.
Congrats.
Yeah.
That's a good job.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, that's a great job.
Yeah, no, great crew, good dudes, and it's just, it feels like it's different because it's in a way you're helping your community. So that's how I think of it. So
normally be doing some snow plowing maybe.
Yeah, kind of weird.
This year, I don't know.
Yeah.
Where it went.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe February we might get snow, more like a ton, but I don't know. I don't remember a winter like this.
Yeah, and Willie, he's not here. He's over in Bothell still?
They're in outside Olympia. They're my brother and my sister. They live with my mom. They kind of help take care of my mom and take her to her appointments and stuff like that. And then they're working on getting a piece of property of their own and kind of do a compound thing. So
yeah,
that's fun.
So tell me about, how old are you now?
34.
34 years young.
Sure.
Getting married. Getting married in the summertime. So
yeah.
That's a process, this whole getting married thing.
Yeah, it's fun.
What's your fiance's name?
Lexi Garvin. Yeah.
So how'd you guys meet?
We we knew each other for a few years before, but we reintroduced ourselves in where everybody meets, buddies. So I was in town with my buddies, And we kind of just started talking and kind of reconnected from there. And then I was like, oh, you're kind of cute. I might want to keep talking to you. So then I had to hit the sales
That call
pitch.
center work came in.
Yeah, exactly.
play.
Tried to close.
Closed on the deal.
Yeah, no. But yeah, we just kind of reconnected, and then it just kind of turned into kind of want to keep hanging out with you. So then from there, and then this past October is when I proposed. We went to.
Now tell me about that. Were you like a romantic, or were you like, hey, you want to get married? Like, hey.
Well, so we flew down to Nashville because we were going to the Ole Miss versus WSU game.
All right.
Yeah, her family's all WSU. I'm UW, so it's kind of tough. But no, I had an idea that that's where I wanted to do it. My dad was like a big rhythm and blues fan.
Oh yeah, he was.
And so Memphis is, home of the blues. And so I thought that would be kind of a cool way to tie some stuff in. And so it was funny, like I had her mom hold the ring all weekend.
Oh.
So her mom's got this backpack on, and she's like, why you got the backpack on? Oh, I got my laptop, blah, blah, blah.
She was in on the deal.
Yeah, she was in on the deal. And so then we get there, and I was like, okay, we got to just get this over with so we can move on. And so we don't have to stress about it all weekend. And so we went downtown, and I kept asking her, like, they have a big sign that says Home of the Blues. And so I was like, oh, this would be really cool. We can do a picture here. Yeah. And she's like, no, I just kind of really want to go to the bar. And I was like, you really want to go get a picture? Are you sure? And so I had to wrap her parents into it. And then, just
got on one knee, or
got down on one knee. Yeah. And it was really cool. It was like the BB King bar was in the background and stuff. And so,
cool.
Jimmy Smith would be proud of you.
Yeah, exactly.
And thankfully
I know, I sent it to him like right away, and he was like, oh, that's legendary.
Yeah, so Jimmy Smith is the founder of the Rhythm and Blues Festival in Winthrop.
Oh, okay.
And was also one of Bill's very, very close friends.
Yeah, one of his best friends.
Yeah, I don't think your dad missed a blues festival.
No, I think it was like either it was like weather or like they had fires. That was pretty much it.
Yeah,
But
I think he helped him a lot with a lot of different jobs. And
selling T-shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had your RV. What did we call it?
What was that thing called?
I don't know. I can't remember what it was called.
Yeah, it
but
was
I always thought of it
40-foot.
like a party bus. It was cool. It was just a big giant RV.
Cat diesel pusher, 40-foot long RV.
Oh,
I had.
gosh.
It was
That's
awesome.
trouble.
We took that to Montana.
Was it like the Beast Mobile? Or?
I don't know. I can't remember. But
you
we took it to Montana. Dad called it the Rockstar Tour. Then we got to Coeur d'Alene. It broke down.
Cost him $1,000 or $2,000.
Yeah, it cost $1,000 or $2,000. But hey.
I go, hey man, that's the price of admission.
Yeah.
Maintaining my shit so much.
Yeah,
It's all
exactly.
good. No, that's fun stuff. So I bet you're excited.
Very excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're just getting into the timelines of everything, making sure we got it all. So
You
very excited.
You saw Mason go through it.
Yeah. No, firsthand. It was great. It was way easier when you were just had
You
to
show
show
up.
up and marry 2 people and then walk out.
He made me get up there and speak. I had no idea I was going to speak.
Yeah.
I got the call you're speaking.
You should have figured.
Yeah, you would have no.
Yeah. You should have thought so.
Well, and I remember I walked right up to you right before, and I was like nervous, blah blah blah, and you're just like, "You'll be fine. Just speak from your heart, and you'll be fine."
That's right. Well, authenticity is a good thing. It helps when you tell the truth and you're honest, and people can like you or not like you. It's up to them.
Yeah.
But
Sure that.
if you're true to
Can't
yourself,
make everybody happy.
oh no, no, you can't. You can't. Yeah. So I was trying to remember. So how old were you? Do you think when your dad bought that lot in Orondo from me? What year was that?
I want to say I was like 6, so that would have been 97.
Yeah. So in '97, I am 28 years old. That was my first development.
Yeah.
Came with free rattlesnakes.
Yeah.
Kept the bull snakes.
That place had so many snakes, man. And it was funny back then. Now I'd probably be worried about my grandkids or something, like getting bit by a rattlesnake. Because I'm talking not a couple rattlesnakes. I'm talking like
we were like
legit
on a rattlesnake pit. My dad's joke was like the foundation was a rattlesnake pit. Like,
Yeah,
it was a lot.
It was.
So
a lot.
what was so appealing about this location?
I had a hell of a view.
As long as you don't die, it's all good.
No.
Well, I originally bought the orchard. My dad and I were farming pears, and we bought that from Doug Clearwater, so it was like 3 miles south of the bridge.
Yeah.
And at that time we were farming. I had a real estate license, and so I had some background in real estate, but I'd never developed.
Yeah.
And so I saw this land next to the orchard, and I was like, asked the seller, hey, did you ever think about buying that 20 acres? Yeah, and it was funny because he was, back then, just to show you the difference in valuations and how things have changed, he was like, yeah, and this has a beautiful view of the river. And he goes, yeah, that seller's up in Alaska, and he wanted like $30,000 for 20 acres. And I was like, that's BS. I offered him 29. And I said,
Yeah, that is so people.
I said, oh, do you mind if I call him? And he said, no. So I got a deal and that's back when you could do a 4-lot short plat in seemed like about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And everything was easy. So we just cut it up into 4 pieces and built a road and put some water to it. And your dad bought the one right below where we built. So
That was cool.
yeah.
That was fun.
And you and Taylor being in the grade, my daughter in your grade. So
Same grade. Yeah, and then you had 2 dogs. That was always fun, chasing them around. Bo and Jesse.
Bo and Jesse.
Yeah.
I still have a golden retriever and a German short hair.
I know.
I have 2 German short hairs and a golden retriever, but they were the original gangsters.
Bo was a real one.
Yeah, I wish I could do a podcast with him.
Right.
That dog had some serious memories.
Is that the one that got like bit by a rattlesnake and got shot,
in
and
the
got
face.
ran over or
Yeah.
something?
And he ran through town. He got officially adopted. He got picked up in downtown. You remember my office downtown? The dog catcher of the city would bring him back to me. But at one point, I think we moved out to Howard Flats, and so I checked with the city. He just didn't show up again. He'd be gone a lot, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then he actually come from my house, which was out of town, and he'd run into town and then come into my office on his own, sit down on the couch. Door was always open.
Yeah.
This one time he didn't show up for a while. So I called the dog catcher, and he goes, no, we don't have him. And then it dawned on me we were in the county where we moved to, not the city. And I was used to him being in the city.
Yeah.
So I went down to the Humane Society, and I was like, hey, did you happen to have a German short hair, a brown German short hair? He goes, oh, we did. Somebody adopted it. So like, oh, that sucks.
That sucks.
So I was able to get the name of the person that adopted him, and I took Mason and Taylor down. And this is a long time ago. I was a young guy. So
Guilt tripped him.
So I had the van, and I opened the door to the minivan. It was like a sidewalk from this little house, and knocked on the door, and there was a sweet lady there, and older lady, and I see my dog sitting on the couch. Bo was just happy, getting spoiled with cookies probably. And I told my kids, I go, when I look at you, start crying. It reminded me of that movie with Mel Gibson, The Patriot. Yeah. He had those 2 dogs, and he whistles, and the dogs come back. So I whistled. Bo ran to the car, and I said, so here's the thing. I'd like to buy my dog back.
Yeah.
And I'd like to, my kids, and they're like, oh, Bo. Yeah. So she was a nice lady, and I paid her a little extra money and all the fees that she had to pay. And
That's nice.
So yeah, he got officially adopted by someone else.
I thought you were gonna say you pulled in the back alley and just said, "Come here, Bo," and jumped the fence and all that good stuff.
No, that would have been next.
Yeah, that's day 2.
Bo was coming back one way or the other. So anyway, he was a legendary dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of stories about that dog. And he did get shot right in the face once by a 22. Somebody shot him.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That's what happens when you trespass, I guess.
Yeah.
But no, so and then, your dad and I became friends, as he was building his house, and took him down to Earl's, which was another friend of ours about 6 miles away. And
drink water.
We've had a lot of fun in the shop.
Yeah.
Had a couple drinks here and there. And I remember your dad, first time he ever went to the shop, it was Keith and Earl and I, and your dad and Keith, I don't think I'd met him or just was meeting him. Earl never met him. So he walks in the shop. I go, come on down. And Friday nights we go down there, and Earl had a bottle of whiskey, and he made three drinks, and he threw the bottle in the garbage can. And then Bill's looking at him. He goes, oh, did you want one? Earl goes, your dad was like, I'm in the big leagues now. Whoa, you guys made 3 drinks out of a 5th of whiskey. Holy crap. So yeah, we were young, 28. So yeah, I can't say too much.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. This is going on the internet.
Yeah.
So, your dad ended up going from Manson. Then he went and coached Chelan.
Yeah.
Was he coaching when you were in school?
He was coaching all the way up until my freshman year. Like right before my freshman year, he got let go. So
That's Darren Talley came in.
then Tally took over right after, and then that was my freshman year. And so I had Darren for all 4 years of high school.
Good. We had him on the podcast.
Yeah.
Great guy.
He was fun.
Well, then what was it? A couple years ago, your dad has a heart attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
Essentially.
Essentially.
And that was it. And it was pretty sudden.
Yeah. Just random Monday.
Random Monday. Yeah, I got the call from you that day. I remember
Mm-hmm.
that. I was like, what the heck? And it happens to people. And I was telling you off air how even, I can only speak for myself, but my dad died. He was 86, and had lived a long time. Your dad was much younger.
Yeah.
But I think it doesn't matter if they're 106, 86, 26. It's a loss.
Yeah.
And I feel like, and I was telling you this off camera, and I've told a lot of my friends that have dealt with people they loved that passed away. I tell them like how I feel about it, or how I try to look at it, kind of after I got over the shock of it all, is that my dad's still with me.
Yeah.
He's just not physically in this room.
Yeah.
But like before, he'd be at his house, I'd be at my
Yeah.
house. And what's really weird, and I don't know if other people have this experience because it's really a unique thing to each person. I feel like he's more with me now in my life than he even was, even though we were together for 30 years, worked together all the time, very, very close, best friends and all that.
Yeah.
And but now I feel like his lessons and his teachings. Do you ever feel any of that? Do you ever
Yeah, I mean, more so like, it's kind of funny. Like anytime like a funny thing happens, like Dad's like his main thing he always joked about. Like me and Willie were not the most gentle on his stuff, like cars and all that stuff. And so, like I was in my truck and I like broke my mirror, and like his famous joke, he goes, "God, I just can't wait to like grow up and can break my own stuff." And so then when I did that, I was just like, "All right, now I get what you mean." Stuff like that. But more so just, when you're just hanging out, and, like I live in his house. And so it's just like, I see something or whatever, or like watching the old TV show we used to watch or whatever, like stuff like that. Like I'm always just kind of clicks like the conversations we had. And so like, that's how I just know he's like always there hanging out.
Yeah, it's like he has an imprint on you.
Oh yeah.
And that he was that guy, right? I mean, he was a stern dad,
Very stern.
but he was also, I remember he would always sit you down and have
Yeah.
more of a educational, philosophical almost conversation.
Yeah.
Like, this is, I'm angry, or you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And then here's all the reasons why.
You're in trouble.
I was always amazed at how patient, with everyone.
Oh yeah.
He's a great listener.
Yeah.
Maybe not when you broke his stuff.
No. That was quick.
That was an exception.
That was just, he fired it off when those were happening.
Well, how would you describe, from your perspective, and I appreciate you talking about it, it's not always easy to talk about somebody you love that's passed, but how would you describe him to other people?
I mean, Stern was good, but like, he had a way of like talking. Like he was really good. Like, he had a degree in public speaking and education, obviously, but like he was just good at like I always joke to my buddies, like my dad would sit there and read the dictionary and then find a new word to like throw at me and then just kind of just go, "Oh, that totally makes sense." Mm-hmm. But no, he was just like, he would be stern. You would know like, "Oh, you're in trouble. Like this is going to hurt one way or another." And then, it was just like he would talk to you and he like our family joke is like, he'd always say, "The reality of the situation is," and you're like, "All right, here we go."
2 + 2 is not 5, right?
Yeah,
It's not
all right,
5.
we tried. But but he would break it down and like he would, Like, he would always talk to you about, like, what he wants best for you. Like, that's his big thing, was just like, you know, you're doing these things and you're messing up. You know, when I was younger, I wasn't like gung-ho, ready to go to school to do homework.
Yeah.
And so he would be like, well, if you want to do all this fun stuff, you kind of have to do this stuff too. And so,
Yeah, I remember when I spoke at his funeral, and I was sitting there waiting for, you know, the guy before me to get done,
yeah,
not having a clue what to say.
yeah,
Bunch of people.
Yeah.
And I remember, because that guy, you know, I think Danny was talking, went
Yeah.
on and on and on for a while, right? And I just had no idea what I was going to say. And sometimes it's, you know, I'll put myself in those situations and not have a plan.
yeah,
Hence maybe the unscripted podcast, right? It just
Totally.
is what it is. It's authentic. But I remember looking out at all the people. And I was, because that speech went on for a while. Danny was good.
Danny let it go
He
for
let
a
it
little
go.
bit.
And so I was just watching all these people that Bill had touched. And I realized that Bill was a best friend to so many people.
Totally.
And that's when I came up with, you know, my dad used to tell me, you're lucky if you have two friends in your life, at the end of your life, you know. And I said, I think my dad was wrong. Well, I know he was wrong, because Bill has all you guys.
Yeah.
So there are situations where, you know, there are special people, and your dad was very special that way.
Yeah.
And yet he was also, you know, and his family and you guys were always first.
Totally.
I mean, he was a good dude.
Yeah. No, it was just, it's kind of crazy, like, how many people, like, I'll bump into people like I've never met. And then they'll, like, just in conversation, they'll be like, wait, your dad coached at Inglemoor?
Mm-hmm.
Or your dad coached at Manson or whatever? Yeah, I played football for your dad.
Oh.
And I'm like, or your dad was my driver's ed teacher. And it's like,
I met a lot of people that over the years that I hung out with your dad so much,
yeah,
all these football players, to your point, I don't think there was a football player that he didn't touch profoundly, like
totally.
much more than football. I mean,
Yeah.
he was a coach at football, but he was a coach at life.
Yeah.
So what would be the best advice he gave both of you separately? Because it sounds
Remember,
like
this is the internet, so.
Hector, you prepared to
we
bleed?
can edit
Yeah,
it.
prepared. No, I'll let you go first.
Well, he gave a lot of advice to me.
Yeah.
He was one of those guys that I could turn to no matter how dark it got, no matter what I did well or what I did wrong, or what mistakes I made. And I got that with my dad too, but I got it differently with Bill. Bill was a non-judgmental guy, but he was good at guiding me as a friend. But you'd be the guy that would help you bury the bodies, and then you'd be like, next time we do this, we should do it a little differently. So
And no bodies were actually buried. Let's just say that on the internet.
that's a joke, but most likely.
Yeah.
No, what he told me once, I'll never forget. He goes, Russ, you were born with this gift. And he had a way of doing that to people. Like he would compliment you, and then he would go, and.
Yeah. And then
So he goes, you have this gift, and I don't know how to describe it. And he told it to me all the time. He goes, just remember, when you're given a gift of gab, a gift of whatever, you need to remember to use that gift for good, not evil.
yeah.
Because sometimes in life, when you're, when you're going super fast, you're young and you're moving fast, evil's not that far away.
Yeah.
And I never really, it took me a long time to figure out what the heck that even meant. It wasn't like we were out there robbing banks or anything. But,
Right.
but I think that stuck with me every time that, losing in my life was okay because I was a risk taker. Any entrepreneur, lemonade stand to an apple orchard to real estate broker to contractor, hardware store, and we're all entrepreneurs. You're taking a big risk. But never screw anybody over. Don't lie. And then eat the consequences. And then, he often said this to me too, what happens to you doesn't define you.
No.
Because you know the game you're playing. If you play a football game, you could lose.
No.
But what happens, whether you win or lose in whatever contest, game of life, whatever it is, that's not what defines you. But what you do next says a lot more about definition of character.
Yeah.
So that, to me, as an entrepreneur, meant a lot, because you kind of, when you're in the middle of a self-employed world, it's really easy to start defining yourself by the wins and losses of business, and money, and sadly, money is one of the number one contributors to depression and anxiety, and so he really helped me learn that ups and downs in life, whether it's wealthy or bankrupt, that doesn't define you.
Nope.
Because you're taking gambles, you're taking risks, and hopefully you don't make the same mistakes 101 times.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the main takeaways with him. And the thing that I loved about him most is, no matter what happened, no matter what I was thinking or feeling, I know that he was a vault. I know, that's where the bury the bodies metaphor comes in. And I know that he would give me stern advice as a friend and tell me the truth, and yet still love me.
Yeah.
And it works both ways.
Totally.
We both had our moments. And
the sugarcoat gene does not go to the Sargent family well.
No, and I think he was that friend to, I think his gift to the world was he was that kind of friend, and that's what I noticed in the crowd. Like, this guy and this guy, they all think about him how I think about him. But Bill made me feel like I was the only friend, like he had that power.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
that's kind of the advice that I remember.
Yeah.
There's probably 1,000 other ones.
Oh, we'll go with the most recent one. My dad always, I didn't like taking jumps because I was always afraid of failure, because for a while it was just felt like everything I was doing, it was like, okay, hey, you jump, cool, and you fell. And then so I was just kind of like, I'm not going to do that, because what if? But what if this? And so my dad was just, he was big about how about what did happen? Instead of what if happened, it's what did happen or what could happen. And then, his big quote that has always stuck with me, and he said it since I was a little kid. If you think you can, you can. For out in the world you'll find success begins with a fellow's will. It's all in the state of mind. That was
obviously
a big one.
That stuck.
Oh yeah, that one verbatim.
Good job.
That's cool.
That's a great one, man.
I know. All right, take the post down.
Sorry. No, that's a great. That's so true.
Yeah.
So true.
Well, it's just, life, you can't determine or base what you're going to do on what if. You can only judge what now. And that's one thing I've tried to do. Obviously failed a couple times, but whatever. But, I can only worry about now.
Man, if you're never failing in life, you're not trying.
Yeah.
Well, it's more of a reminder. Life's just remember.
Yeah.
And I tell people these days, I call it the mantra behind the mindset. To your dad's point, it's all mindset.
Yeah.
And I just try to coach that you're already enough.
Yeah.
There's no if I get this much money, I'm a good person, or I'll be happy. Or if I get this house, I'm a better person and I'll get happy. So we kind of tie our worth, our self-worth, often to objectives or goals. And if you realize that if you do that and you fail, then all of a sudden you're a piece of garbage, because you're telling that to yourself. Nobody else is saying that.
Right.
But if you define yourself by who you are, by achievements, then that's a dangerous game.
Yeah.
That's when, guys jump out of buildings.
Yeah.
It's like when things go south. But if you're enough, once you're enough, then what you're doing is really just playing a game.
Yeah.
And the games have rules, and the games have, wins and losses associated with them. But fortunately, we were blessed to be in America.
Yeah.
And in America, they don't take you out back and shoot you in the head. If you lose a game of life. But it's really just a game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So to me, it makes it easier when you realize that you're just fine the way you are.
Yeah.
And your self-worth and who you are as a human being has very little to do with the zeros in your bank account or lack of. It doesn't matter.
Right.
And if you're not taking risks, to me, it's it's really like risks are the level of risk. It doesn't mean it's the same for everybody, right? The worst thing that has ever happened to you is the worst thing that's ever happened to you. It took me a while to learn that one. So if getting a hangnail is the worst thing that ever happened to you, and you need a month off, okay, well, it's different than mine, but but it doesn't mean it's emotionally less impactful if that's the worst thing that ever happened to you. And that was hard for me to get my arms around growing up with my dad, and it was a little different era, but once you realize that we all have our own unique story, and that we need to write our own book, I encourage people to simply line up their activities with their goals.
Yeah.
But don't ever think that you're a better person or because you got a nicer car.
Right.
That doesn't work that way. Sometimes it works the opposite.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And your dad was really good at that. And he was really good at handling adversity too. He was really good at like framing the lesson for his own life.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a lot of talks about the changes in, getting a divorce and things that, resetting this and doing something different. And he always just kind of took it in. And man, was he a hell of a dancer.
The Heat Club.
That guy could dance, man.
That's cool.
He took all those formal lessons.
Oh, yeah.
He knew all the...
Oh, yeah. That was his thing. He'd go to the Eagles, and then he'd go to his dance classes. And then I remember he tried to teach us, and I was just like, that's just not a trait we'll get passed down, I guess.
No, he was a class act.
No, he was...
Do you remember much about, like, his childhood or how he grew up, where he grew up from, any of that stuff?
Well, he was born in Salt Lake City, Utah. He was the youngest of 4. His oldest brother, my Uncle Doug, who's still with us, he's 11 years older than my dad. So
where'd Bob fit into that?
Bob was
your dad's brother.
The next, so it went my Uncle Doug, my Uncle Bob, my Aunt Lori, and then my dad.
Okay.
And so they lived in Salt Lake City, Utah. That's where, like, my family's kind of, the Sargent side's from.
Nice.
And then they moved to Bothell, Kenmore area, Kingsgate. And that's kind of where they put roots down. My grandma was a RN at the Evergreen Hospital. And then my grandpa kind of just did odd end jobs and stuff. And then, so that's where they grew up.
Because your dad played high school football.
Did not play high school.
Did not play high school football.
Nope. His last year of football was 8th grade year, 7th or 8th grade year.
But he loved football.
Did he get injured or something, or do you know why he didn't get to play?
He had to go to work.
Yeah.
So,
because they were pretty tight on the funds growing up.
Yeah, so it was just like my dad didn't really... I thought I was not good at going to school there for a while, and he kind of showed me that there's reasons why he wanted me to go to school. So, but that was what he did. It was just him and my grandma. Everybody was moved out, and so it was kind of just he would go to work right after school, and then he'd work, and then like the only reason he went to college was my grandpa passed away when my dad was like 14. So it was like basically had to go to work to get the second income kind of deal.
Makes sense why he became such a wise guy.
Yeah.
Full of wisdom.
Yeah.
Very, very early.
Totally. And it was just like one of those deals where like he only went to college. Like he always told me he only went to college because my grandma would get money from somehow like Social Security or something as long as my dad continued to go to school. And so my dad was like, well, I'll just go to school and just get, like I like coaching football. He would coach like pee-wee football on the weekends kind of deal.
Yeah.
And then from there, he kind of just kept going to school, and he like goes, well, they don't really hire football coaches and pay football coaches a lot to coach high school football. So I kind of need to figure out something. And so then he went to Western, got his teaching degree, got his master's in public speaking, and education. And so, yeah.
Did you know your grandparents very well?
I knew a little bit, not like I was young. Like when my grandma passed away, I think I was 8 or 9, because she was, they were a lot older than my mom's side of the family. So
you were pretty close with your uncles and aunt?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, more so my uncles and my aunt. My aunt, she lived up in Sumas. That was kind of like her area, and like we'd go up to like Bellingham, Birch Bay, and like go and hang out, and she'd come and visit us, and then she'd come over like, a week in the summer kind of deal. But more so like my Uncle Bob would always come over and work on projects that my dad had. He helped build the house in Orondo. So yeah. And then my Uncle Doug, he worked for Boeing. He worked for Boeing like 42 years.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Yeah.
Old school.
He lived in Clealum and worked in Renton pretty much the whole time he was at Boeing.
Wow.
Which is just, I always joked, I was like, yeah, I don't want your commute ever. Like, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I got to know Bob pretty well, I think.
Yeah.
Bob showed up and helped your dad
Oh, every time.
a lot.
Drywall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They worked on the house together.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was fun.
What do you remember about your dad and I hanging out? What are your memories?
I always remember softball. Softball was fun. Watching you play baseball that one time was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I think that's like my oldest memory of you. I remember you were like playing baseball, and I remember I'm like, this is way faster than softball.
Like old man baseball?
Yeah, it was like old man baseball. I don't know what it was, but I remember I can't remember like what it was for or whatever, but I remember like we were hanging out, my mom was there, and you went up, and the first pitch, you just got drilled in the back, and I was just like, oh, that dude's tough. Like, I want to be like that guy. That guy's tough.
Probably popped off and they beaned me.
Yeah, probably.
I know how to get Russ back, that jerk.
But like, I mean, Dad did real estate with you, and then also, all the projects and stuff that you had going on. It was always fun. Like, I was the center seat of, me and my brother and my dad, and in your dad's old pickup, the bullnose. That was fun.
Well, you guys still have my dad's truck.
We do. Yeah. Yeah, I
Ford.
remember he bought it out here in Manson.
The funny story about that, he bought a Ford 3/4 ton
Yeah.
truck.
85.
85 Ford truck, gray and black kind of.
Yeah.
And my mom, he had bought it from my dad, and my mom borrowed it, I think.
Yeah.
And my mom drove it to our house, and I lived on a hill.
Oh, okay.
And then she forgot to put the emergency brake on, and so when she came outside, the truck was upside down.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I think she meant to
Poor
put the
Mom.
emergency brake on, and the emergency brake has never worked, or at least hasn't worked since I remember. And so we'd always have to put it in first.
I have pictures of that.
Yeah.
And the truck upside down.
That's funny.
That would be good.
Bill was cool about it, though. Got it all fixed up, and
Yeah.
it's cool that you guys still have that.
Well, who could be mad at your mom?
I remember driving around in that truck, and I remember there was a person in the ditch. We were going back from my aunt and them lived in Bothell, and we drove the truck over because that's all we had. And I remember there was somebody in the ditch, and I was like, Dad, we should, let's go try to help him. And he's like, that's kind of cold. I'm like, all right, yeah, whatever. Come on, let's just try to help him. We pull up, and Dad kind of gets out, and he's looking at the truck or whatever, and this guy is like buried to the body of the truck.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way we're getting it. And he goes up to the guy, knocks on the window. He's like, oh, are you here to help me? And he goes, yeah, I think you're Waco, man. You ain't coming out. You're going to have to wait for a tow truck. Yeah. That's my favorite memory of like driving in that truck.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, you're Waco, man.
Dad loved that truck.
We ain't coming out.
Yeah, your dad was great at real estate.
He's just good at talking to
It's
people.
the original gangsters in that crew.
Yeah. That was fun.
Yeah, I think we had Alice Harris and Keith Allen and T.J. Winters, Kenan Applehands, Joe Collins,
Recro.
Jim Smith,
Yeah.
Fran
yeah.
Smith. Recro came a little bit later.
Towards the end, yeah.
He was 21 when he came on board.
Yeah.
But that original Rat Pack from like
Rat
90, say like 98, 99.
Yeah. Early 2000s, how I remember
Yeah,
it.
and then, to about 2008.
Yeah, I even remember my mom worked at the front desk for a little bit,
Yeah,
too.
your mom worked for me.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
really?
fun.
I didn't know that.
And Jim
Yeah.
Smith, ex-wife, now Franny.
Yeah.
She worked for me. She did all our transaction coordinating.
Yeah.
That was a busy time.
We were moving then.
Yeah. That town was being discovered.
Yeah. It was nuts.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Well, and it's just cool to like see property like I remember my dad would sell or whatever. Like there's a big house out in Manson, and I remember I was just like he like kept always driving me out here, and he goes, I'm gonna sell this one.
Yeah, Bill was driven. I often wonder why more school teachers primarily don't get their real estate license, because we live in a busy place in the summer, and a lot of them get. Not all of them, but a lot of them get summers off. Yeah. So your dad was like, wait a minute, I can get a real estate license and sell real estate in the summer?
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he did it. He's driven.
Well, I think he also, like I always joke, because like when I was a little kid, he would do like drywall jobs. Like he'd go over and help my uncle do drywall jobs. And then as he got older, I think he didn't really want to do drywall jobs anymore.
It's hard work.
It's tough, man. I don't know how my uncle did it for so long.
Yeah.
That's all he did.
Yeah, he was your uncle, was that Bob?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a tough dude, man.
Tough.
Like the bald bull. I mean, I wouldn't want to, that guy, I would not want to meet him in a dark alley.
And it's
just because he was so,
he was
a great guy, but just super strong.
Super strong, but he like, I always joke, like I always ask my dad, I'm like, you know, he doesn't like look like any of us. You know, like my dad was 6'2", my uncle's 6'3", you know, both me and my brother 6'4", and my Uncle Bob was like 5'8".
Oh, so he got squatty, but
but he was just
jacked.
Just jacked.
Yeah, he just pretzeled you up.
He was jacked, but he had kind of a belly too. So, but he was
just hiding his muscles.
Yeah,
it's camouflage.
Yeah, he always say, you know, what would you rather have at a party? 6-pack or cake?
Some people have a 6-pack. I got a pony cake. It's all good.
Yeah, but no. And he always liked crazy cars. Remember he had that green Triumph Spitfire? That was like his baby. And I remember he'd literally have a case of oil in the back because it would just burn through oil. And he had no idea how to fix it. Yeah. But he would just keep pouring oil on it or whatever.
Yeah, well, this I appreciate you talking about it, because this is one of the things that we're doing here is this is kind of the first podcast where we talk about the guest, and we also bring up somebody that is no longer with us.
Yeah.
And try to get a little tribute, a little bit, you know, what's the next best thing if I can't interview my friend? Well, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, that's an idea that I think if it works and people resonates with people, and there's people willing to talk about their friends that are no longer with us or their family, maybe this will open up some stories of the people around our town, like your dad.
Totally.
Maybe my dad, you know, he touched a lot of lives, and it'd be fun while his friends are still around.
Yeah.
You know, like to come talk and tell stories about your dad. So you're kind of like the guinea pig.
That's fine. I've been kind of the guinea pig for a lot of things, a lot of projects of the McClellans and Sargents together.
Yeah, I was looking through a bunch of pictures. We had a lot of fun times, and you know, and just remember that your dad's still with you.
Totally.
And that doesn't change.
Yeah.
And he's still with me.
Yeah.
I still good, not evil. Good, not evil.
Yeah.
Don't get mad. Just relax. It's fine.
He literally does bring it up probably once a week.
Yeah.
If not once every other week.
When I was in my 20s and early 30s, I was wound pretty tight. So my temper would be like intense. And your dad would be really good. You know, he's a little older, and he's really good at just kind of like, Russ,
chill.
It's okay.
Come on, let's talk.
Sit here and have a beer and talk about it.
If I talk to you long enough, you'll calm down.
Yeah, you know what happens. You know, he's on you.
I would get him going. I would just get him like fired up for no reason, and then see how long I would have to talk to him before he kind of calmed down, and I'd be like, all right, come on.
But like I said earlier, those lessons that you know with your dad too and me, that guy, I bring it up like, you know, what would Bill tell me? You know, before you know, because we're all human, we're all emotional. Totally. We're in a high stress game, and we deal with public, so we deal with all kinds of things, and every once in a while you're just like, really, you know, and I just like, wait a minute, this is just a game.
Yeah,
this isn't life and death. This isn't, and most people are really, really good people. So even though they might be doing something you find incompetent, it's they're probably not doing it intentionally.
Right.
And so your dad gave me a level of patience that I don't think I would have. Not that you would agree that I'm patient, but
Yeah.
I'm a hell of a lot more patient than I used to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not commenting.
Yeah. Let's leave it on that. It's the internet. Yeah. It stays forever.
No, that's all right. We can cut it out. What were you going to say? I'm curious.
I remember me and Taylor got in trouble. And I remember I was like, that was the first time I think I saw you pissed. And I was just like, ooh, shit.
You didn't know that side of me.
Yeah, that's not as fun as the other guy. That one's kind of scary.
Yeah.
I already got one of those at home. I don't really need this at another
I was
house.
trying to make Bill look better. So
Yeah, exactly. I was like,
Dad, you're not too bad.
yeah, I can deal with him. I'm not dealing with that guy.
Taylor's like, help me, save
Yeah.
me. She closed on her house today.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome. That's
Yep.
sweet.
2 grandsons and a house later, and her husband's now fully on his own as a cop, doing his thing.
That's awesome.
Got through his training, so her life's doing. I'm proud of her. She's doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And you guys got the compound.
yeah, and then Mason and I have the compound out in Manson, and
Yeah.
got 15 acres of orchard. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah.
Got about 2 months to figure it out.
Yeah.
No clock is ticking.
no
Yeah.
app on your phone.
It's really nostalgic because I grew up there, right? So I want to do it, but then I look at the economics of it, and I'm like,
Interesting.
costs a lot of money to farm, and it's a tough time for farmers right now. So
Yeah.
it's anytime you're a farmer. My dad used to say, I don't need to go to Vegas. I'm gambling every day.
Yeah. Literally.
So, and that was back when there was a little more predictability than there is now. But there is something nostalgic about it. When I'm walking through it, I'm like, man, it's kind of calling me. Because I grew up on an orchard,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Got 4 tractors. I think one of them works.
Yeah, I saw the one where you were towing Mason with the tractor. That was pretty fun.
Well, yeah, we got some work to do, but we got some time to think about it. But it is fun. It's nice out. Being back in Manson, where I grew up, it's like a quarter mile from where I grew up. So.
Yeah, that's so cool to
Yeah.
me.
Dream come true. But anyway, I appreciate you talking today, and
Of course.
I know you're going to do good. Congratulations on your
Yeah.
call center salesmanship ability to get a girl to say yes. I do.
That's the first step.
It's tough.
I really,
We still have time. You never know.
because you were student loan collections,
Yeah.
right? So, and
Oh,
she's
that's way tough. I felt like that's way tough.
she's one of the best that I know in real estate. So to me, it's like I think we should have a prerequisite that everybody should go be a collection agent.
I think we now need to recruit Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
get
that's what
the
it is.
license.
We'll see. We'll negotiate.
Yeah,
It's like the NIL deals
Your
now.
checks might be a little bigger.
Yeah.
I'm just
We'll
saying.
see.
I'll use my talents for evil with you.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, Brian. Thanks a million, bud.
Yeah.
All right, we're signing off from Small Town Zones.